Hello friends, welcome back to the channel. It's Angela, the Traveling Crafter, and I welcome you all. And if you are new, welcome to the channel. If you've been around for a while, I appreciate you coming back, and for all of your comments and interaction. It means a great deal to me, so I'm really happy that you're here. What are we going to do? Well, we're going to do a 15-minute ephemera and also kind of a one-page wonder project based on these little paper pocket paper dolls that I recently picked up. And I was playing with one of them and creating some things. And this is what they are. But we're not going to use the doll part. We're just going to recreate this little folder. And I thought they were so cute. And then you could do so many things with them that I kind of played around and created a couple of templates. So this was my inspiration. We're going to try to replicate it. And I'll show you. First I did this one. This is not cardstock. So it's, just for my template. But I rounded the edges. I actually think, on one of them, I used this as, the template to round them, but you really don't need to. You could just use your corner rounder. And this is what it looks like inside. And then the extra paper out of that 12 by 12, I stuck it in there so I can put it in, make a card. This one I used, I whipped out those hook and eyes again and had a little fun with those. So that is what I used. Okay, Ange, get off the struggle bus here. I don't know why I'm putting this all back together, but it's okay. Because it's together, and then it can go in my template tote. Okay, and then this one is one I completed out of real cardstock. So it just opens up like that. I put a couple little things on there, and then I filled it. There's some French ephemera, an old wedding card, couple little cards. This was left over from that 12-inch piece. Now, you will have a few extra pieces that you could make additional little things with, but I just think these are super cute, and they were this was really easy to replicate. So I'm going to show you how to do it. I will put up, if you want to, I don't know if you're going to understand my directions, but you can take a screenshot of that if you wish, and then I'll explain it so it makes sense. I'll bring it back at the end too for you. All you really need is scissors. I've got my scoreboard and scoring tool. I also have a pencil because I use that to draw out that curve, if you will. And then you need some glue. That's about it. Easy peasy. So what you're going to do is start with your 12 by 12 piece of paper. Now mine doesn't, maybe you'll see it better if I do it this way. We shall see. We don't really have a directional issue here. It looks pretty good no matter which way you slice it. But you want your page to be 8.5 inches by 12 inches. So simply, you're just going to go to your 8.5 mark. Now all of you probably, that does not seem very straight. I guess it is. It's bucking right up on there. Okay, well, it's good. And we're just going to cut this down from 12 by 12 to 8.5 by 12. And then you're going to set this aside. We will want this for our flap, because on this initial one that I used for my inspiration, this is actually about 15 inches from top to bottom. And I can't quite tell if they seared two pieces of paper. It kind of looks like they did, and maybe in between something. But of course I had to, because I don't have a 15-inch piece of paper. All right, while your paper is still on your scoreboard, if you have one. If not, you'll just have to use a ruler, and then kind of butt it up on a surface that this is straight, and then do your scoring. So you don't have to have a scoreboard. You can also, if you have a regular paper trimmer, you can use the groove in here, the well, if you will, and put it at where you need it, and score it that way too. So there's lots of options. So the first thing you're going to do is score on this 8.5 inch side. You're going to score it at 2 inches. Now I just did this all the way across. Well, this one you will want all the way across. And then 2 1/4. Technically, I could just go right here. But I'm just going to, for the sake of this, I'll show you what I mean when I'm done. Okay, so I got 2 inches, 2 1/4 inches. I'm going to skip over here to 6 1/4 inches. I'm going to do the same thing. 6 1/4 and 6 1/2. Okay, now that's all that's doing. Those two, sometimes it helps if you kind of see what it's creating. It's creating this gusset. So we have room to add a lot of things. That's what that is doing. All right, so those 4, 2 inches, 2 1/4, 6 1/4, 6 1/2. Now you're going to just flip your page onto the 12-inch side. And what this is going to do is create the vertical gussets here and here. Now, when I did this initially, I scored at 1/4 inch right here. And I did so all the way across. But in my second iteration of this, I found that, let me see. So let me see if I can show you. Yes. So see on here how I did score it, and then I scored this piece that I added. And I mean, it's fine. It works okay. It looks all right. But what I found when I did this one was that it worked a little bit better if I just did not score it here and only scored this. So it's a preference. Either, whatever you decide it's going to work either way. But what I then did is, this is at a, did I do that right? Yes, I did. So I just want to go up here so at least these are even. All right. So at 1/4 inch right here, and then you're going to go to 6 3/4, and you're going to do, come on, get up against there. And you're going to go all the way down, 6 3/4. I'm doing it a couple times just so I can see it. And it's 7 inches. Okay. And I don't know how well you're going to be able to see this one. Not very well, but we'll work through. Oh, and while we have this out, let's trim this second piece. So the second piece, so from here to here, where we've made our gussets, or if it helps you, from here to here, it's 4 inches. So what we want to do is cut a piece that is 4 inches wide that we can use to make our little flap. So I'm just going to go 4 inches. It doesn't really matter how long it is. I just left it at what, and I'll tell you what that width is. It's 3.5 inches long. And that was plenty of space. So now we have this piece that we can use for a tag in there. And now we can, no, we can't. If I want to do that, let's see. Trying to decide. I think I want it this way. All right, so I'm going to score this at 1/2 inch. Do you have to score? No. You could simply just do your folding. I oftentimes do that. But with this, I thought I would show you exactly how I did it so it was pretty succinct. Okay, so now what we're going to do, I'm just going to mark it on here so you can, well, I might want to use these. Okay, let's see if you can see this. You are going to cut, here, I'll just fold one of these. All right, I know you can't see this. What you're going to be doing is, see where these two these were your, that's your gusset. When you cut these pieces out, these two on the bottom, you want to cut up to this line, the furthest line. So as far as you can up. And I know it's really hard to see on here. So I'm going to do that. I'm going on this most inside line. I love this paper. This is Anna Griffin paper. See, it's hard to see. I might have cut. All right, now we have this. We can do something else with it. Make another pocket, a tag, or whatever we wish. I'm trying to see this. There we go. Okay, so we're cutting both of those out. Like I said, these are super, super easy. All right, set that one aside. And now what we've got is we've got this. So that is ready to roll. Now we need to cut these little pieces out. So all we're going to do is we're going to leave this. I didn't score all the way across it. I could have, I just didn't. So I'm just cutting innermost corner across that score line, and I kind of go just a little bit to the inside of the score line to make it a little easier, a little cleaner. All right, so essentially this flap right here is what, where did my flap go? There we go. Is what this is going to go on. So you can choose to do it two ways. You could go this way. Let me show you what it looks like on the back. That's what it's going to look like here. Okay? Or you can put it on this way, which is the way that I did it when I glued it on. And I'm going to do that again. I'm going to go ahead and round these edges before I glue this on. I think these would be great for Happy Mail. Now, just so you can see kind of how I do this, I try not to put too much glue on it, but I want it, you know, all the way across. So this is art glitter glue, and it grabs pretty quick. So I just kind of get it to where I want it. Oops, I just knocked that right out of its spot. And I want to make sure, I got to look at this way just to make sure it's even. There we go. And I just kind of hold it down. So there's what it looks like here. Now, on the original, these were the ones that I curved. Kind of, I used this as a guideline and just did it like this. But you guys aren't going to have this sample. So instead, what I did on this is I folded, made sure everything was folded. So I'll do that now. And I just start with the one that's closest to the center first, then pop the other one out and kind of fold it really well. All right, so the top of my piece is up here. So what I want it to do is, this one was pretty easy because I could just follow that line. But I want to just notch it a little. Well, you know what? Yeah, we'll just do it this way. And I came up and gave this a little bit of a ledge right there. So there we go. And I didn't worry too much if it was exactly, you know, correct. But I think you could probably do this. I guess we're going to find out if I do it this way. Maybe they'll match up. Maybe they won't. And you could just leave them. You don't have to do anything if you don't want to. You could just leave them like they were. There you go. Essentially, your pocket is done. And then you can decide how you want to attach it. Now, on the ones that were the sample, they had a little Velcro piece. So that's what I'm going to use. I just have this tiny, these itty bitty baby. Let's make sure we get the right ones. what I do is I just put the one with the teeth on top of the fuzzy one. I put a little derpy. Look at this. I'm going to use this for the first time ever. Let's see. So we want to get this about even. All right, now I'm just going to pop this down. Oh gosh, what am I doing? How about here? That would be helpful. There we go. And then I'm going to pop this down. And I did use a little extra glue. That was too much glue. Let's get. Just want a little bit for extra tack. And then I just put it on there and wait until it is dry. It looks like I need to fold these edges in a little bit better and make sure they're ready to roll. But that's all there is to it. And then you can, you know, embellish it or decorate it however, you know, you wish. I have another one here. While that one's drying, let's just finish this one up because it was the one that I started where I did use. It's already been scored, and those were my... Actually, I don't want to do that. Do I? No, I want to keep this because I'm going to put this with my template. So that's just for my reference later. These go in here. This goes here. This is going to go in my files. We'll see if it came up. Now, one thing I could have done, if I didn't want this string to be loose, is I could have glued this underneath before I put the hook and eyes. And this time I did use, if you saw my video where I did the altered time card, I forgot to use the brads, but I remembered this time, so I used them. They're kind of cute. They're okay. All right. So this is all ready to roll. Let's see. Do I have a... I'm going to just tuck these together. And I will put those with this, so I know I have an extra piece with that. And this. And there you go. There's my template. Let me put my notes back up here so you can see. So this was that extra little flap. And this is your vertical. You're on your 8.5 inch side after you've cut your paper down. This is your 12 inch side. You can opt to do that 1/4 inch or not. I do not know what that letter C is there for. I don't know what I was doing. And then you can attach, you know, however you want. But there you have it. I hope you enjoyed that, and I hope you give it a try because it's super, super easy, super fast, and a lot of fun to create. So until next time, friends, remember to take time to just be, and we'll see you soon. Cheers.